Hey, RosterWatch Nation, it's your friendly neighborhood trash man. This is the garbage grab. Yeah, we're kind of in some crazy times right now, some tumultuous times, but all I can say to that is seek truth and err on the side of kindness. And on that note, let's move on to some football. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite running back sleepers so far this preseason. So let's go ahead and get started. The first of these is Kareem Hunt of the Cleveland Browns. Let's not forget that 2 years ago, Kareem Hunt was arguably the best back in the league. Even a year ago, before last season, really, before he got into his off the field troubles, he was largely considered the best back in the league. And I don't think much has changed. He's still only 24 years old. And he's playing behind Nick Chubb, who I guess for all intents and purposes is a better two-down back. That's arguable too. The thing is, if Kareem Hunt was on any other team than the Browns, he would be a starting back and he'd be a top 5 back. And so I think he's still going to hold a lot of value there in Cleveland. They're still going to use him. And I guess there's an opportunity that he does leave the team at some point. And so you're going to want to hold on to him until that happens. And even while he's on the Browns, he's going to return value, especially at an ADP of 75 right now. After him, I have Phillip Lindsay. His ADP is 97 right now. And you could argue that Melvin Gordon will be the bell cow back in Denver, as he is a pretty good pass catcher in addition to being a first two-down back. Thing is, Phillip Lindsay, over the last 2 seasons, only 9 players have had more yards on the ground than he has. Only 9. He's a top 10 back over the last 2 years. And so I don't think they just throw him out and give all the carries to Melvin Gordon. I think there's going to be quite a few carries there for Gordon and Lindsay, considering that Drew Lock is still learning how to be an NFL quarterback. So don't count Lindsay out yet. I think he's going to return quite a bit of value. Speaking of value, the 2020 RosterWatch Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet is available now at RosterWatch.com. The revolutionary cheat sheet that changed fantasy football forever is back only at RosterWatch.com. The RosterWatch Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet, all you have to do is follow the 3 simple rules, 3 of them. That's it. It couldn't be easier. An expert quality fantasy football draft is guaranteed. The RosterWatch Ultimate Draft Cheat Sheet only at RosterWatch.com. Okay, after Lindsay, I have Jordan Howard, who has an ADP of 100 right now. He's actually 5 spots behind Matt Breida. And Jordan Howard, I think, is by most accounts a more consistent first two-down back. I think Matt Breida will be the pass-catching back in Miami, the third down back. But Jordan Howard is going to get a lot of run, a lot of carries, especially if they start the rookie quarterback Tua Tagovailoa at any point during the season. There's going to be a lot of running going on, and Jordan Howard is going to play a lot higher than his current value. After him, I have Tevin Coleman, whose ADP is 110 right now. He's actually younger than Raheem Mostert, who's 28. Tevin Coleman is 27. And we know that Shanahan goes with the hot hand in San Francisco. So although Mostert will probably get a new deal and a pretty good one, I don't see him getting all the carries. He's never had more than 200 carries in his career. He's been a journeyman for most of his career. So I feel like Tevin Coleman is going to get a lot of run. Matt Breida left 142 touches when he left the team. Jerick McKinnon is still around. He hasn't played it down for the 49ers. And maybe before, the season starts, somebody gets traded. But right now, Tevin Coleman offers a lot of value where you can get him. After him, Latavius Murray. He had almost 900 all-purpose yards in 2019. A lot of people don't realize that. His ADP right now is 117. He's behind guys like Marlon Mack and Ronald Jones, players who have had rookie additions to their backfield and rookies who are arguably better than them. Latavius Murray is still going to be working with Alvin Kamara, but I think it's going to be close to a 1-2 punch, a 1A, 1B kind of punch in order to keep Kamara healthy, because Latavius Murray is still a pretty consistent, productive back. And I think they're going to want to take some of the onus off of Drew Brees too as he goes into the twilight of his career. So I like Murray where he can get him. After him, I like Boston Scott. His ADP is 169 right now. Scott of the Eagles. He's going to be the third down back. The Eagles are approaching this like a committee offense, a committee backfield with Miles Sanders there, even though Miles Sanders is arguably Saquon Barkley 2.0. By all accounts, Boston Scott is going to be heavily involved in this offense, and it's an offense that likes to throw the ball a lot. And as the pass catching back in one of those offenses, you're gonna get some value. And so then after him, as my deepest sleeper, I'm going to talk about the running back position, it's Damian Harris of the Patriots. His ADP right now is 261. And he's got some things that Sony Michel does not have. One of those is good ball security. He holds on to the ball. And I think he's a more powerful downhill runner. I don't really know why Bill Belichick only gave him 4 carries last season, but I think he's going to get more run, especially if Stidham is under center there. I think they're going to run the ball a lot more this season, and I think Harris is a more consistent, safer running back than Sony Michel, and he deserves to get a shot as the lead back in New England. And even if he isn't the lead back, I think it's going to be backfield by committee, and I think he'll be the second option in that committee, maybe first. He was drafted in the 3rd round for a reason. You don't draft running backs in the 3rd round to give them 4 carries, and that's it. I think they're going to work him into the offense pretty heavily this season. Anyway, those are my running back sleepers right now going into fantasy drafts. If you like what you heard, if you like what you're hearing from RosterWatch.com, give us a follow. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear your questions or your comments. We love our Roster Watch Nation family, and we want you to be a part of it for a long time. Anyways, that's it for the Trashman. Peace. Until then, be ready. Be open.